My name is Miss Joyce, and I am the Youth Services Program Coordinator at Collinsville Community Library, which is part of York County Libraries. For today's craft, we're going to make a bubble snake. So you will need to have dish soap, a water bottle or soda bottle. I recommend a water bottle because it's easier to cut, because you'll be cutting the base of the water bottle. Scissors, pan full of water, and then you want to put the soap in the water and mix it up so it's all nice and bubbly. And you'll need to get an old sock that you don't mind using and getting wet and get bubbles, and maybe if you have food coloring, you may use that to be a little bit creative with your bubble snake. So again, go ahead and take the cap off and find the part where I can cut the bottom, and whoops, there we go. So I get the base. So I highly recommend parents that you are the one that's cutting the bottom of the water bottle. So safety first. And with the scissors aside, we don't need this anymore, so we'll recycle that. So I should have this open. This is the part where you're going to create your bubble snake by blowing in where you drink from. You definitely need to do this when you blow in to make your bubble snake. You have to exhale, don't inhale. Because if you inhale and you have all those bubbles, it's going to go in. So we don't want that. So I highly recommend showing your child, okay, this is what you do. You go ahead and you're going to exhale, a deep breath, and exhale, and move away. So that way there's not, accidentally get bubbles in your mouth. That tastes yucky. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my old sock that I don't mind using, and I'm going to wrap it, put it on the water bottle. Now I'm going to notice all that noise. It got smushed, so I'm going to have to make sure, oops, that I open it back up, because you have to be able to have the airflow. There we go. And I'm going to pull it as far as I can. There we go. And then sometimes you may have to, the sock's too big, then you have to roll the sock down so you can still get your opening. So I still need to fix my inside bottle. There we go. So definitely help your little ones that are having trouble with this, because once you get this fixed, then you're ready to go. And I'm going to check to see, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of it hanging out, and then I'm going to dip it into, I'm going to pull this down a little bit so I can get to the opening. There we go. I'm going to dip it down, and I'm going to wipe bottles. There we go. And get it all sudsy. And I'm learning from making a bubble snake is that I'm going to have to make sure I'm going to push it in, because it helps with the bubbles. You'll see. I'm not going to squeeze the water out. I'm going to push it in. And I notice it's still bunched up there. Okay. I'm going to take a deep breath, like I'm going to be blowing out candles, birthday candles. Look at that. So you can just keep on going and see how long you can make this bubble snake. Let's see if I can move it so you can see a little better. There we go, without breaking it apart. See if I can move it. Oh, I'm going to break it. There we go. Deep breath. There we go. Looks like it's starting to thin out a little bit. So I made my little bubble snake, so if you can see it. There we go. Okay, so maybe the object of the game is see who can make the longest bubble snake. And if it breaks apart, that's okay. Just dip it back in the water. So let's say it breaks apart. And I'll go ahead and take the end, dip it back in, push it in, take a deep breath, and see if maybe you want to compare it, see if I can make it bigger than the long one, than the other one I did. Take a deep breath. Whoa. So there we go. So it's pretty easy to do as long as you have dish soap, water, and a pan to put it in, and you have a old sock you don't mind using, and that you can create a bubble snake. I highly recommend do this outside. It'll be fun. That way you don't have to worry about any messes. It's easy if it spills outside. It's not a big deal. There's an idea. If you want to use food coloring to put some color into your bubble snake, you can try that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dip it in first before I put the color. And then I'm going to push my bubbles away here. And I'm going to then push it back in. And then go ahead and I'm going to choose green. You can use whatever color you want if you have any at home. And I'm going to drop some in. And I'm learning from a lot of trials and errors, like if I put a little bit more in, the bigger chances I have for seeing the color green. So I'm going to take a deep breath and see if I was successful. Here we go. Oop, looks like I got some food coloring all over my hands. That's okay. There it goes. I got soap and water. It takes care of that. So if you're going to use food coloring, it can be messy. There we go. See? All gone. The nice thing about food coloring and you're having a bubble snake is you already have soap and water in place, so you can clean it off pretty fast. Alright, let's try it again. I see a little bit green. Oh, there it is. Ooh. I don't know if you can see it, but I see some green. So there you go. I don't know if you can see the green. There's a little more green in the bottom there. So you can be creative, like, okay, let's see if we can put some more colors. Maybe we'll put green and red and see what happens, or maybe we'll just try if I have blue and yellow and see what happens. Just see what happens, so I can see more green on this side. So that's just an idea. So if you decide to use food coloring, that's why I have an old sock that you don't mind. It may come out, it might not, so just that's why it's recommended, so you don't mind getting food coloring on you. Okay, so I gotta clean up here. Alright, so I want to thank you for joining me with our craft today, making a bubble snake. And remember, the items you'll need is soap and water and a bottle. You're going to cut the bottom of the bottle, and you'll need old sock that you don't mind using and not be able to have it back. And I definitely recommend parents make sure you do the cutting so no one gets hurt, and we have a safe and fun time making the bubble snake. So thank you for joining me today. And if you're looking for more interesting and engaging online experiences for you and your children, please visit our website at www.yorklibraries.org. In the top line under What Can I Do, click on View Online Resources and select For Kids. There are a variety of wonderful sites for you to explore with your child.